debut. I truly believe that it is very hard in the National Football League for a quarterback to have sustained success being just a runner. I have no idea what the New Orleans Saints were doing defensively. They were playing this guy like he was a pocket passer. He wasn't a pocket passer. He made all of his plays outside the pocket. I think I looked at a chart. He only threw 2 balls outside the numbers. So they played right into his hands. Do I think he's the future? No. Do I think he has a future in the NFL? Yes. But an immediate future, I think he needs some time to continue to develop to be successful in the National Football League.
I could have swore that's what I told Skip on Monday when we came in here. I don't understand the game plan that Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator for the Saints. The guy has legs. You played him like he's Tom Brady, like he's just going to stay in the pocket. He's going to be in that phone booth and he's not moving. He's going to get outside of the pocket. If you run past a mobile quarterback, he's jumping out of the window and he's gone. You do that to Lamar. You do that to Kyler. You do that to these guys that has legs. They're going to punish you for the mistake that you made. You know you get to a quarterback like that, and you level off. You never run past him. And you keep him contained. You make him throw the ball. You make him beat you from throwing from the pocket. They haven't given up a 100-yard rusher in 55 games. Over 3 years, they gave up 2 in 1 game. For me, it's hard to say after 1 game in any situation, he's now the answer. If it's a wide receiver, he has a 100-yard game for filling in for Julio and Michael Thomas. Oh, they should replace him. No, there needs to be time. Even when Coach Belichick ultimately switched to Tom Brady, Skip, it wasn't after 1 game. It was after like 7, 8 games. Playoffs, the Super Bowl. Well, now we've seen enough. But for people to say we've seen enough after 1 game and the guy really hasn't thrown the ball, they said it was the Pro Football Focus. Skip loved this. Pro Football Focus said it was the 2nd worst game for an Eagles quarterback this year throwing the football. Let that sink in. His first start was worse than all but 1 of Carson Wentz's starts. And they said he's the answer now. Okay, good luck with that.
Well, who said he's the answer?
You.
I did.
You.
And both of you are dangerously underestimating and underrating Jalen Hurts. He is the future of the Eagles. I said it the day he was drafted. He will ultimately prove to be better just as an overall performer than Carson Wentz. I wince when I say his name, the turnover machine that he became this year. Jalen Hurts is hard to deal with and prepare for because you watch the tape and he doesn't look that quick or fast on tape. He does not look like Lamar Jackson. He is effortlessly quick and fast. He scored 20 touchdowns last year, albeit in the Big 12 for the University of Oklahoma with his legs, but he threw 32 touchdown passes. And again, he was playing one of the top pass defending units in the league, one of the top sack units in the league, and he got sacked no times. It was a game in which he was required to play make more with his legs than his arm. But he will still beat you with his arm because 32 touchdown passes in college, trust me, I watched every snap he took at Oklahoma. A whole bunch of them came from the pocket.
In my younger days, I could have threw 21 in the Big 12, and I ain't played quarterback.
You did not, and you could not have thrown 21. And if anybody saw the comeback that he engineered against Baylor, which had the best defense in the Big 12, you could say, oh, well, that's...
They got the best defense and only give up 32 a game.
Yeah, right. But he was spectacular. He's a special playmaker. He's a natural-born leader. He's going to take over the locker room, the sideline, the huddle, and ultimately games for the Eagles, and the new era has begun.
Okay. At what point are they... Every defense is not going to allow, like the Saints,
nope.
Maybe they were too confident in what their scheme was.
Yep.
Maybe they were too cocky. But when teams start to what we used to call cage rush, cage this guy in and make him stay in the pocket. Right. It's going to be difficult. Look at this. He drops back and he just takes off. He basically, okay, I see your back. It's man to man. This is a good throw right here. That's a good throw.
Especially because he got blasted right in the face as he threw it.
I mean, that's part of the quarterbacking position. But when you have 267 yards and not passing yards, total yards as a quarterback, that's not good.
Every play he needed to make in that game against a defense that the man Shannon Sharp across from me said was the best defense in the National Football League and thought that this was like the wrong place, wrong time for a rookie's first start.
Yeah, but
he made every play he needed to make in that game.
But the problem that I have with the defense, is that they treated him like he's Tom Brady. Yeah, you can have that. You can have that philosophy. Get upfield. Tom is not going anywhere. We can play cover 5, and we don't have to worry about, which is 22 man. We don't have to worry about him. We can go single high and turn our backs because Tom isn't going anywhere. You can't play this, even though he's maybe not as fast or as Kyler or Lamar. He's still a runner, and you must treat him as such.
He faster than defensive lineman.
Yeah.
22 man, all you doing is getting out of there on defensive lineman.
Thank you. Once you run past him in that coverage, it's over. Ain't no linebacker gonna be able to tackle this man in one-on-one in the field. You see him, here you go right there, and I'm finna go get him. You're not.
Carson Wentz would have thrown 3 interceptions and lost 2 fumbles in this game.
Because that was the perfect defense for Carson Wentz. Carson is more of a pocket passer than Jalen Hurts. And it's almost like they thought they were lying. Oh, they say they're going to start Jalen Hurts, but they're going to put Carson in there. Because they approached him as he was a pocket passer. He's a mobile quarterback, and you got to box him in.
Skip, as my elder statesman, Skip, you've seen a lot of football in your day. A lot of football. Now, are we making Carson Wentz the standard for quarterbacks? Because that's what it sounds like here. It's like, well, Carson Wentz would have done. Is that the standard?
Well, no, it's the standard in Philly this year because he just became a disaster. Obviously, he lost confidence in himself, and they lost all confidence in him. In Orlando, you saw what happened. Jalen Hurts showed them in the first drive, right out of the box, I got this. I'm going to be cool under fire. I'm not going to lose my poise, and I'm not going to lose the football. And once the team saw that, everybody started to gravitate, to get contagious energy from Jalen Hurts. Again, that's what he did at Oklahoma. That's what I thought he did at Alabama, and even came in and saved Tua in the SEC championship game by winning the fourth quarter 14-0 against Georgia. That's just what he does.
How many games do you think that they're going to win with him throwing 2 balls outside the numbers and throwing for 167 yards? How do you think that his encore is going to be this weekend against the Arizona Cardinals? Because the Arizona Cardinals aren't just going to let him use his legs. They're definitely going to keep him boxed in. They're definitely going to roll some different coverages at him and make him beat them with his arm.
Well, Hassan Reddick just sacked Daniel Jones and company 5 times. So here we go again.
You know but here's the thing. I'm just trying to hold on. Oh, help me understand this. You got 5 guys at wide receiver that could possibly be first round at Alabama. You got 3 linemen that's going to go top 15. You got 2 running backs. And you mean to tell me Jalen Hurts couldn't do any better than that at Alabama? Than to throw for 180, 200 yards a game with 5 number 1 receivers? Irv Smith goes in, and he had O.J. Howard.
And who did he play for last year? The quarterback maker, the guru, Lincoln Riley. That's what happened.
Oh, my goodness.
He can throw it. Trust me, he can throw it.
There have been a lot of guys that throw the ball at the quarterback position, and they come to the SEC, and even though it's more open now than it's ever been, it's a different animal in the SEC than it is in the Big 12.
He started when he was a true freshman at Alabama.
And then in the national championship game, what did the coach even have to do? Okay. He had to go to the bullpen to get the lefty.
Yeah, and in the next SEC championship game, what did he have to do? Jalen, get back in there and save my bacon.
He was hurt. Yeah. You know good well Tua was hurt, but look at Tua not dealing. Did you see him last week?
I saw him lose.
Okay. He had 300. He had 3 bills.
Jalen Hurts is going to change life.
Okay, we will see.